Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2 is upon us here. A little bit of a break there in between the games. Nothing wrong with that, though. That's why the time is there. Anyways, we got game number 2, IG taking on Stay Green here. Internet Gangsters, of course, they're trying to respond now in game number 2 after that first game loss. They played solid, but Stay Green just played better. Stay Green did look very good in that first game. And even with Chessie being locked down, I mean, he died something like 3 times early on in the game. His farm he was struggling to get over that 300 GPM mark for a while. But the team support, specifically Swinomelons on that lodestone, was a big part in the success of Stay Green and then pulling through. So with that said, I'm Breaking CBK Course, joined by Zlapt once again as my co-caster. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Definitely, Swindle made all the difference last game. He was honestly the reason they won. And you see, regarding game 2, since we're in game 2 now, you saw that IG actually swapped their blind ban from Warbeast to Ophelia, and immediately SG responds by picking Warbeast first pick. So they didn't want SG to have the Ophelia again, but now they got the Warbeast instead.
Yeah, and the Warbeast is a good hero to have.
Definitely.
No doubt, so I'm sure they're happy with that. They got the Kraken on top of that, of course. It really is crazy, though, seeing this Engineer up here with these big boy heroes. Obviously, Engineer really is like the only support that's first pick worthy by all means. Well,
IG kind of always favors NG. If you leave NG from the bind phase, they're going to pick it first pick, no matter what. If you leave it, they're going to pick it second pick. I don't know why, but they just favor him in every... it's an amazing hero, of course, but they just never hesitate. They pick up NG no matter what. First pick or second pick if he's not banned out.
Yeah. So?
Yeah, they're going to go with the Hags. So they're not really revealing too much of what they're going to do yet. The NGs could be both in a trial lane or mid, and the Hag could be both a Suicide or Solar Short or mid. Nothing's really revealed yet here, and same goes for Legion. They don't know if they're going to Suicide the Warbeast or the Kraken, but I doubt they're going to jungle the Warbeast. So we already know that these two heroes are both going to be solo heroes.
Yeah.
Well, it could still be mid. They did run Kraken mid last game with great success. So,
valuing the Pestilence here with their final pick. So,
I like that.
Yeah, they had a chance to maybe respond with like a Parasite pick as a jungler as well, but nope, they go the Pestilence. There is a lot of push though already coming up from Stay Green. And Pestilence isn't usually the best at counter push necessarily, but they have the supporting cast for that. But so you like the Pestilence pickup, though? I mean, even this early as that third pick?
Yeah, I love Pestilence, and this is SG's not going to pick up Ravener no matter what now. Well, at least I wouldn't. They're not. They're just not. I just know it. So Insane is banning it out just in case, and he's also banning out the Slither. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
They
they already have 2 amazing ultis on Legion. They have the Kraken ulti and the Tempest ulti with great synergy. So they're going to want some kind of AoE abilities to synergize with that team. So I guess Slither is one of them, and Ravener is just great initiation. They also ban out the Vintage Shaman. Maybe they're expecting some kind of push from SG here.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
it is a Warbeast, and it is a Tempest, so they already have great pushing ability.
That's not out of the question, yeah. Watch them go like Balfagor here with the lineup that they already have.
Yeah, there's the Torture. Yeah,
it's also great for that.
So this is a lot of push coming out from the Legion team.
Yeah.
And IG is mostly counting on that Pestilence to get an early PK and start roaming around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Pestilence. I think he's definitely worthy to be picked in the first 3 heroes. And it's just an amazing hero. You can put him short lane, you can put him mid. Nowadays he's being put mid. He can survive almost any combo mid. So it's a very good hero to have. He also provides a lot of utility with that minus armor. So you usually see him comboed up with heroes that deal physical damage, of course.
Well, so they go the Parasite pickup there, but do you think that's good or bad? Knowing that you're going up, what's most likely going to be more of an aggressive push lineup. Is Parasite a good pick here?
I don't think so, no. But, no, I don't. They're going to be pushing on the Legion team, so I would have liked to see a 2-2-1 or a 1-2-2 or even a 1-1-3 from IG with a lot of counter push in it. Because right now they don't really have a lot of counter push. They have the turret. And if Hag walks in the front and gets jumped by one of Legion's heroes, she's going to die. So no, I would have liked to see more of a counter pushing kind of hero. We'll see what SG goes with here. I doubt they're going to go Balfour or whatever you said earlier, though.
Yeah, well.
it's gonna be some type of carry that goes well with a pushing lineup.
Something like a Zephyr? Well, like
Yeah,
Bubbles,
okay.
actually.
Okay,
Huh.
that's a Torture Crack in mid then.
Yeah.
A Bubble short lane, and a Warby Suicide.
Is it?
Well-
I mean, I think they can Warby short lane, actually.
Oh wait,
Bubble
yeah,
Suicide?
Chelsea's playing it.
Yeah.
It might just be mind games in order to make IG think that.
That's
But
good.
if the heroes are the way they are now, I'm guessing it's actually a Bubbles mid, Kraken, Suicide, Torture, Warby's bottom.
Okay.
But I think it's mind games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call mind games here.
Putting IG on tilt a little bit. I mean, IG has a lot of extra time. I noticed that last game, too. They finished with like 75 seconds of extra time, so they don't really use that too much. Pretty confident with their picks.
Well, now they're taking their time to think.
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, it is there for a reason. You want to make sure that you do finish off strong here. I mean, you look at the lineup. Ooh, Silhouette. Not a hero we see nowadays. As a carry option.
Okay, so well, there you go. Warby's on Chessie.
So they do keep it at that. Okay. But Silhouette, I mean, he does synergize very well with the Pestilence as far as physical synergy, but this is not a carry we've seen a lot. I mean, even like heroes like Darkling and Mage, we've seen every now and then maybe, but she's had her time. Not much lately, though.
I'm very surprised about this because the latest time I talked with Aiden about Silhouette, he said it's one of the worst heroes in the game and he gets mad if someone picks it. And now he picks it up himself, so
Go figure.
he's kind of going against his own words.
It was mind games, man. He knew that you would say that. Or he was passing that information for just in case. This
Yeah,
moment.
I'm very curious what they're going to do here, though, because I feel like that Hag is going to win against Warbeast if he's left alone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, are they really going to let the Kraken go mid and get free farm on Pestilence? So that early PK is really, really, really crucial for Hellborn. So we'll see what they do. But yeah, I really don't want to see the... Wait, what? Chessie's Suicide?
Is he doing Suicide? Yeah. I mean, Chesley usually plays the Warbeast no matter what, just because he is a great Warbeast player. But
Well, I have never seen him Suicide with Warbeast. Well, maybe that's just...
I think I
then
have.
maybe it's just me then. Oh, well,
Yeah.
then that explains it then.
I still thought, though, it was possibly going to be a short lane Warbeast with the Suicide bubbles, but
Yeah, because I definitely agree that Warbeast should be Suicide, but as soon as I saw it on Chessie, I thought that it was going to be the other way around. But
Yeah.
yeah, these are the best lanes they could set up. Bubbles bottom against the Hag. Bubbles is going to win because he has a short lane and possible help from Tempest. And yeah, then we got the Kraken Torture mid. They're going to lose against the... Well, that's what I said last time. I'm actually not going to say anything this time. I'm going to say that NG Pestilence is favored
yeah.
towards
Back
NG, towards the Kraken Torture. And then we have a favorite matchup in terms of Bubbles versus Hag with the short lane. And then Chessie is going to do a great top against the Silhouette, I think. But, I mean, Silhouette's one of those heroes that is extremely good against melee, just the way that Slither is. So, I mean, in that case, Silhouette should be a fine pick against the Warbeast, to be honest.
I was going to say, I would think Silhouette should actually have a pretty good time.
Yeah, I think she will. And if it doesn't look like SG is warding any camps either, so he's gonna have a lot of help with his Parasite, and there's no warding either. So I think this lane is gonna be very much in favor of Fibuli, and they're gonna be able to get some ganks off with Insania there. Yeah.
Obviously, Parasite also, nice thing about him, he can take over those Hellhounds if he finds them, so it's kind of like it's both that team synergy if they happen to be on the same team, but also if they're facing off against each other, Parasite can be annoying for Warbeast, if that's the case. But yeah, so the matchups are as they are. Bubbles versus Hag. Short lane here for Bubbles. Usually it's the other way around as far as the lanes go for these heroes, but this time Bubbles playing a short lane.
Yeah, and there's just no way in hell this Hag is going to win.
Yeah.
Bubbles is already favored, and then he has the Warbeast Balakrai, so he's going to have a great time down here. Most likely going to pick up a kill on him pre-level 5. So yeah, everything's going to come down to how this mid lane goes, because in terms of logic, SG will win their short lane, and IG will win their short lane.
Yeah.
So right now, it all comes down to which jungler is the fastest, arguably Tempest, no matter what, and then the mid lane. So IG do have the more active jungler, the one that can gank a lot more.
Yeah.
So in that terms, Hellborn is even more favored than they already are. But then again, it's a Tempest, and he's gonna farm it really good.
Yeah, this is a team that definitely wants to be more active, it seems like.
Yes.
Earlier on in this game, but being internet gangsters, of course. So stay green. They do have some solid push with that Tempest and Warbeast alone, and just the makeup in general. Torture also great support for that, of course. So maybe expect that to eventually start happening, but a little bit longer than what IG is going to be doing as far as they're concerned. So the matchup, kill potential. I mean, you know, as usual, the middle lane is where you'd maybe expect it to be, especially with the Parasite assistance over here, but not going to be anything just yet. Obviously, still very early on. Parasite still sitting in the jungle, farming up with the Vagabond leader, actually. And going to continue to work there. Bottom room kind of Torture and Engineer kind of going at it right here. Boxing one another out, but nothing really coming of it in the end. As they're just, yeah, I was going to say they're kind of just witnessing one another, kind of go back and forth. And Z-Freak even says hello.
Well, yeah, it all comes down to the Battle Cry, because like we said, IG has the favorable jungler there with the activity, but then they have the Battle Cry and Legion. So I'm very... This is going to be a very interesting matchup mid. But in terms of last hits, they actually have 17-1. 17-1.
Mm-hmm.
They have the exact same creep score mid.
Yeah,
so
that's even.
Doing well there. And yeah, Swindle's not winning too well bottom, actually, which I'm very surprised to see. But he's still winning in terms of creep score, and obviously top, so it's going to have a great time against Warbeast.
Yeah.
So,
See,
but yeah,
Max
if
Renner
you...
a little aggressive there, but...
Yeah. Then if you look at the creeps, the golden experience, it's just tied.
It sure is. Yeah, that's very, very close. 3.5 minutes in, so yeah, pretty even game. Pretty even game to start things off, to say the least. 3.5 minutes now, so obviously still very early on, but IG against Silhouette, it's... I mean, to hear Insania making a statement like that is the worst. I mean, I don't know if I go that far. Like, she's a bad. I think it's just your classic case that there's just better options. I think Silhouette's actually a strong hero, though. I mean, her potential, her burst damage can be pretty intense. Obviously, Salvo, arguably one of the better laners in the game. And then you got great carry potential for the later game stage and great mobility and whatnot, which definitely helps for carries as the game progresses on. So I find it hard to believe that she's a bad carry choice. But
No, I don't think she's a bad carry choice. I just quoted Insania.
no,
but,
that's what I'm saying. Insania is a little. That's a strong.
Yeah,
statement.
but I think. I mean, it's a very, very, very heavy physical damage carry, so it actually synergizes very well with Pestilence.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's a very active hero, most likely going to pick up Portal Key. So it synergizes good with both Parasite and the Pestilence. So it's not too bad of a pick.
Yeah. You see the laning phase for her, 24-12, Warbeast 11-1. So, yeah, Silhouette is having a great time at the top lane as expected. Again, though, Warbeast spamming that battle cry, currently level 2 right now, giving advantages to his other laners as well as Tempest, who's level 6 already. So, Minuts on Tempest, he's off to a fantastic start, 325 gold per minute. As actually, there you go with the Ring of Sorcery as well as even a little extra regen. Meanwhile, the middle lane, a little bit of action. Vagabond laner coming in, so Parasite, he's trying to assist. He's going to hero block Torture a little bit right here. He is level 6. Impel connects. There's the face Saga and center. Gets good for the kill right there. As Kraken Tsunami charges in, he needs to be careful though. Tempest is running in. He has an Elemental Void, but not going to look to use it right there. So it will be a bloodlust kill for the Hellborn team right there. And we have a vote to pause coming out. But good roam from Parasite. Good job also blocking initially. I mean, he could have came out and went for the leech, but played it very patient right there. And
yeah.
That paid off, so.
Yeah, as we could see, Parasite, more active jungler, got something off as soon as possible. So that's a very, very good kill for the Hellborn team. Mm-hmm. But Kraken is actually in favor now in last hits. Good to see that. He's actually winning that. So
yeah, he is.
It's very interesting. And yeah, Hack's doing a great job on him as well. I honestly expected Bubbles to have more, like, win the lane even more. But yeah, right now they're actually not doing that great. They have the jungler that is going to farm more than a Parasite, and they have the one bottom lane by a bit. But their Warbeast is not having a good time at all. It's obviously against the Silhouette, so he's not having a fun time. And then at the same time, they just lost the Bloodless mid.
Yeah.
So it's looking really good for IG here in the start.
Yeah, it's well, especially compared to last game. I mean, definitely stay green. They were pretty dominant in that laning phase for the most part, pretty much in all 3 lanes. So it's yeah, IG definitely has some good positives here to work with, and obviously the Bloodless kill helps on top of that. Silhouette, her progression, she has the Ghost Marches early on. What kind of item progression do you expect to see? You mentioned the Portal Key eventually, but It's kind of interesting because again, it's been a while since we've seen her. So like the idea of the Dawnbringer and the Searing Light build even for extra farm potential. What would you possibly see here?
Yeah, I don't know why he went Ghost Munchers. I mean, it's fine. It's some extra movement speed, but I feel like no matter what, Bubbles is going to catch you, at least when it gets to PK and stuff. So I feel like he should have gone to Steam Boots. And what I usually see Silhouette do is the Searing Light build. So you go a little more farming with the Light Brand and a little mana regen with the Fire Brand. And then they actually usually go into a Geo Jinjuro build later on. Mm-hmm. But what I'd like to see here is the Steam Boost into Searing Light and then a PK after that. Because I feel like they're going to be a very, very active on the Hellborn team. Yeah. And I want him to have be able to move around with the Pestilence. And the Searing Light gives you farming ability as well as mobility with the move speed. So I feel like that would be the best choice here. And yeah, Shield Breaker is also a very good item here. But I'm not expecting it to see that until very late in the game. But I don't think he should finish a Dawnbringer at all. I feel like he should go a Searing Light, PK, and then we'll see what happens after that. It also depends on how the game progresses, of course. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I forgot the Energizer.
Yeah, I was gonna say the energy. Well, I mean, going to Ghost Marches, though, I guess the energy. I mean, it's still good, obviously, but you're kind of like stacking that phase effect to an extent. Which at the same time you can use them on separate cooldowns, of course. So still has a nice benefit, but.
I don't know. I really favor Steam Boots on Silhouette, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly player preference. And we remember Noob G picking Ghost Marches on every hero he played. So
that was the go-to. And Silhouette was most certainly one of those.
Definitely.
Rest in peace. R.I.P. in peace. So Silhouette level 6 here, also obviously not getting the shadow just yet, but eventually we'll have that shadow, and that's also another nice mechanic of Silhouette being able to assist with going back to base and regenning and whatnot into situations like that, and also for getting out of fights easily and pushing lanes and porting away when they come to jump you. So again, she's a very mobile carry as the game continues on. So obviously Exhibit, it's not going to actually be a 10-minute break. They troll about that a lot, but it's hopefully not too much longer here before we resume game number 2 in this best of the 3 series against Stay Green up 1-0. The winning team here will move on to face Lions in the grand finals. Lions will be up 1-0 in a best of the 5 in the grand finals here for Cycle 6 as always. The loser of this, they finished 3rd place. IG, though, this would actually, they're coming off a 3rd place finish last cycle as well, so they've just continued to improve. They also just qualified for DreamHack, of course. And feeling like they're in a pretty good spot. By the way, you guys at Denial Esports, I assume you're going to be playing in the Nordic qualifiers?
Yes, we
coming up, so best of luck in
that. I mean, we're looking forward to that. We're hoping to qualify, of course, and go back to DreamHack. I've been to DreamHack several times, but never as a player.
Yeah.
I've always been there helping out you guys at the booth and stuff, so it would be a nice change, you know?
It would be.
So
I hope to see you guys there, really. I know you guys also just have a good fan base as well, so it'd be very nice to see you guys there at the. So that's what, the 18th and the 19th, I want to say.
I believe so.
Yeah.
We're playing 6 games in 2 days.
Yeah, hey, no one said it would be easy, but yeah, definitely quite the grind there. But hopefully, you guys, wish you the best of luck. I don't know all the other teams that are going to be in it, and we'll get information on that eventually, of course. But I know, it was sad to hear Team Excellent. Obviously, they broke up. And they're 3rd place in the HoN Tour standings right now, but obviously that's no longer going to be. So to see a team like that break up, always hard. But, hope for the sake of the players and whatnot, going to find their new homes. Obviously, Nox, he's moved to Thailand. And as you mentioned yesterday, VN Sensation also going to be joining them. So that's going to be something, man. Really looking forward to seeing how that progresses and picks up over there. But
yeah, I hope they will do really well now. I mean, they've been doing a lot of roster changes during the months, and they haven't really done a lot.
Yeah.
They haven't achieved a lot as Impunity Storm, so I'm guessing that's why the roster changes are being made. But yeah, I'm happy for my old teammate, and I really hope that they'll be, well, which team is qualified for DreamHack from the Southeast Asian League?
S2Y.
S2Y,
yeah,
okay.
S2Y. They're the dominant team over there right now, and so they already qualified. I don't have information. I'm sure Fantasy might have something. So when we 6 minutes from now, he'll probably bring it up in Twitch chat. But
all right.
Yeah. So I don't believe the next team has been decided. So I don't know if that is a possibility still. I don't want to give people's hopes up, because I know a lot of people obviously would love to see that, including me. I would love to see Emperor and all those guys and whatnot, but I don't know 100% though how that's actually going to play out. So.
I mean, like, it would be nice to meet Vin Diesel in person, you know? I mean, he's such a celebrity.
It's an experience, man. It's an experience. Yeah. Vin Diesel's an amazing guy. All right, so here we are, though, back in game number 2. And as you can see, seems like Xibby's done cooking, and we are good to resume. All right, so obviously Bloodlust kill once again in favor of IG, and seems like the laning phase going fairly well for them. Silhouette's up at 335 go per minute. So we'll have to wait and see. The Ghost Marcher pick up, very aggressive, greedy build to an extent, but we'll see where he goes from here as far as the item progression. Parasite's picking up as well, 300 plus GPM. The assisting in the Bloodlust kill, of course, helping with that. But then there's also the other jungler, Tempest, 350 GPM, topping the charts right now.
He's definitely going to keep on rising, and along with the Battle Cry, you just farm so fast. Like, there's no way the Parasite will ever be in the same GPM as Tempest unless he gets tons of ganks off and Tempest dies. But yeah, Parasite is definitely doing a great job. He's free for the GPM, so not doing bad at all. I'm hoping to see a kill coming up mid again by the HoN team. I'm guessing he's waiting for a good creep, and he's getting a Minotaur now, so we'll see what they decide to do.
Top lane? What is... Oh, wow, Silhouette's just diving beyond the tower big time. You see Chesty kind of positioning himself, not giving Silhouette the best angle right there, and he will be fine in the end, but Pibelli not afraid to play extra aggressive right there at that top lane. As all right, so yes, the Minotaur is going to come mid. It looks like he's heading that direction.
Wait a second.
What's up?
Why does Seafreak only have 1 point in Q and 2 points unspent?
He must be waiting. He's probably waiting, but I don't know why. But
I don't know,
maybe he's going to wait to put it both in him. Okay, now there's just no point. I mean, he needs to. He might as well level up at least another level in chain reactions.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Yeah, there's no way he wins. He didn't go stats.
No, he can't be.
That is just kind of strange to see that, yeah. Okay, well, there we go. He's going to get jumped right there. Release the Kraken, though, coming on. Nice bait right there from Pestilence. That's exactly what they were going for. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, how about that? Wretched Hag kills Bubbles down there. And again, a matchup that you would expect Bubbles to be the winner in that matchup. Now, after that kill especially, Wretched Hag is, well, dominating even.
Yeah, I definitely don't understand how that's possible, especially not since he just got a region rune picked up just like a minute ago.
Yeah.
So he should just be able to spam his spells. So that's very weird. But I mean, Sibba's a great player, so yeah. Well done, Sibba.
He knows what he's doing on that hero. Yeah. But that was also back to the middle lane though. Again, that was obvious bait there from the beginning. From the Hellborn team. I mean, Pestilence knew that was going to be happening. He went in, got to put the stun out, and then he ran away as soon as Release Crackle was going to be coming out. Silhouette, meantime, at the top lane, porting away. He took the stun. Silhouette is going to fall right there. So Bubbles makes something good out of a bad situation. Obviously, he died at the bottom. He uses that to port top and take out Fapelli with the Kelpfield presence. So good game at the top
very
lane.
Nice rotation. Very nice rotation. That was very needed.
Well played on their part, and slowing down Silhouette at least. And again, Tempest, looking at the GPM charts, continues to be actually dominating even these charts, 375 go per minute. But we'll see again what he does ultimately with all of that farm. Middle lane, though, they're continuing to try to be active here. You do see Parasite. He has another Minotaur to take over. If that's what
see
he's
what
go
he
for.
decides to go for. Well, he got a Vulture.
Okay, there's a couple Minotaurs there. He might have wanted a Wild Hunter or something like that. Wretched Action with the flank. Oh, he does not have Bad Blast, but it doesn't matter. Torture goes down. He has a 1 level in chain reactions. Still don't know what the hell is going on with Z-Freak there, but some advanced tactics. I'm not saying he would have lived if he had points elsewhere, but it's just kind of funny seeing that. But nice little gank coming out from Wretched Hag as he's going to rotate back bottom. What's up?
No, I was thinking if Hag's trying to run in there, because Tempest does have the hole, but it's a very well-placed ward, and a very early one at that. You don't often see someone place that of an aggressive ward this early, but I really like that. That's a good choice by Sibba, and it's going to help him a lot.
Oh, top lane, Warby's in trouble. Warby's going to Metamorphosis right there. He will be fine. Silhouette and Parasite chasing, but just not able to do enough, of course. Warby's good getaway on his part. Caught that kind of halfway through, so not exactly showing that initiation. Might have missed a tree grapple or something, but...
Oh, kill bottom.
Yeah, they find Engineer. Level 3 Engineer, that's going to be an easy kill for those two. Hag's like, I want to go in, but not really. It's just our level 5 engineer even. Not much I could have done right there. So engineer does get picked off, and another kill coming out for State Green right here. So it's still a slight lead for IG overall, but again, continues to be a very even game. But most of that is just on Tempest.
Yeah, he's 400 GPM now. He's just getting crazier and crazier. I'm expecting him to pick up an astrolabe straight away here, and it's going to be finished very soon. He's just farming so fast. But yeah, Hag's continuing to doing a good job. He's almost at the 300 GPM mark, pushing the bottom lane here. I'd like to see Swindle try and set up a kill top again, because like I feel like he can just port to the tier 2 tower and just run up there and get a kill, because Warbeast and Bubbles just has so much good synergy, because if Silhouette jumps out, Warbeast will still catch up and pick up the Silhouette kill. Yeah. And I feel like that's what he should be doing instead of porting bottom, since his ultimate was up, but he chose to go bottom, so I'm hoping they're going to set up a gank on the Hag then at least, because I feel like every time Bubbles' ultimate is up, he should do something with it. And I feel like either bottom or top should be the choice. Well, obviously mid, but I don't think they're going to be able to get much off there.
Well, they continue to try to make. I mean, both sides are clearly they're waiting patiently for those opportunities, but neither side kind of giving in at the same time, and they're giving them too much. I mean, the creep farm continues to be fairly even. A nice push top lane, by the way, from Silhouette, but 59-6 Kraken. You got a 63-9 Pestilence. So again, pretty even back and forth farm there in the middle lane with those two. Obviously, Pestilence has that assist though, and that definitely shows in the GPM charts. About 40 gold per minute higher, but actually even 50 GPM higher than Kraken there in the middle lane. So Silhouette pushing the top tower. That's pretty good for them as she goes into the jungle now. She did well to de-energize here. We're going to get our answer shortly here on what she's going to follow up with. She has 1,400 gold saved up, so hopefully get that information here soon as Torture picks up the Invis rune. Now headed back towards the middle lane.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to set something up on him now. I really like that. They need to use this Bubbles ultimate. But Senator knows something's up, and he's already waiting here.
Yeah. You see Bubbles is... He just used a Shell Surf.
Uh-oh, well, we got a Torture incoming as well, and that ward is going to be placed right behind the tower. So IG is expecting what I called for, but... Oh, no, Sea Freak, you're so dead. Wait, what are you going to do?
What is he going to do, yeah.
Just don't ward.
Okay.
Don't ward.
He wants to, but... Yeah, he knows.
He still hasn't skilled anything. What's going on here?
I don't know. I want to. I mean, when he gets level 5, if he does, I mean, even now it's just kind of ridiculous. But necessary handicap, I guess. He's like, you know what? I want to try to help out IG here, give them a chance. You know, I don't know. It is just silly. See, I can't possibly see any logic into. I mean, maybe like he's waiting to see what his team does. If they're going to start pushing, he'll go the impalement, but. I don't see why you wouldn't in the first place. It just...
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Oh, bottom lane. Down goes Bubbles. Parasite coming up for the gank. He just got his Codex, and he wanted to show it off right there. So, Swin of Melons feels the end of that. And there's the leveling up of the abilities. He goes 3 levels in impalement all of a sudden. And then 2 in chain reactions. Okay. So he has that now. But nice pickoff right there coming out by the Hellborn team.
Definitely. I'm glad Parasite is still active. You can see now that Tempest is 100 GPM over the Parasite. So yeah, Tempest continuing to doing a good job. What did he pick? Oh, he picked up the PK. He actually chose to go to PK route.
Really?
That's totally fine by me. But he needs to make sure they're going to use it then. And Bubbles obviously falling very much behind. You can see Sibba really going up there in GPM compared to Bubbles. So. But yeah, if you pick up the PK, then I want to see something happen very shortly. Yeah, it looks like SG's playing it safe right now. They're not interested in pushing by the looks of it. They haven't even pushed the first tower bottom, so very passive play coming out. Yeah, Tempest continuing to farm. Oh, finally found that ward.
And that's going to be countered. Tempest, though, yeah, the portal cam, again, speaks for itself. You go an item like that, especially on somebody like Tempest, who can definitely go other items that we usually see more often. Earlier on that to enhance your farm and even more of a team presence. You got to use it. You got to use it, or else it's in a sense it's really not the best choice at this time. But he's going to continue to stack up the camps for now. They're looking for an opportunity, perhaps at the bottom, but Hag's just really not giving that to them. She's playing passive enough to the point where she's just going to fall back to the Ancients. Actually, they are triple stacked. We'll see if that becomes a thing here. Silhouette in the meantime, actually middle lane, they're going to jump right here on a Kraken. In comes a flank from Parasite, and that's an easy kill on a Kraken. They blew it all right there, but they do get the easy kill in the end.
Oh, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And they picked up the PK on Pastine. They made sure to get a kill without showing it first. So now SG knows they picked up a PK on Pastine. We'll have to completely change up their playstyle in order to play more safe. What did Silhouette end up going? The Blessed Orb.
Oh, wow. You know, about an item like that, it's actually top lane. They're trying to kill Warbeast right here. Tree Grapple's not going to stun. Parasite's up here, but he doesn't really have any mana, so yeah, Warbeast is going to be fine. So this tower's kind of exchanging right there. But so going back to that, though, isn't Blessed Orb like one of the most cost-ineffective items in the game by itself?
It is.
And so it's like...
yeah, as I said, I would have preferred the Searing Light this game. But I'm guessing it's going to turn it into a Geometers.
I mean, again, it's one of those cases that makes a lot. But yeah, in this game, you probably think in the hero, it probably makes sense to be a Geometers. But why not go the Firebrand? It's just so weird.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wants some extra survivability in case of incoming ganks. But I think it's not barely any difference from Firebrand and Blessed Orb because Firebrand also provides you a tiny bit of survivability. But yeah, that was a weird choice to go. But well, he probably has his reasons for it.
Oh, yeah. I'd be curious to hear that, but just like the whole torture situation, him not leveling up his abilities. But anyways.
He did now.
Oh, middle lane. No, Bubbles, a nice take cover right there. Thought he was jumped, but no, take cover went off, and he dodged the Impale coming up from Pestilence. A good escape from Swinamons right there.
Oh, well, now we have a... Yeah, SG does not know he has an Invis. So this could be... Yeah, he's definitely going to move towards top lane and pick up that Warbeast. That's definitely a kill. If he can get there in time, Parasite and him should have enough burst to kill him alone. But Warbeast Wolves scouted a Parasite.
And that's going to give him all the information he needs.
Yeah, perfect.
Jesse's a smart enough player to realize something's up. And that's just going to fall back. Pestilence, though, in the meantime in the middle lane. Tempest coming in with that portal key. Release the Kraken and chain reactions right on top. And Pestilence did not stand a chance from there on out, so... Good execution, and the portal key definitely coming into play right there for Tempest. And setting up a useful gank, of course, onto him.
Definitely needs to do something with this Invis, though, and it's going out now. At least kill the Torture, Bat Blast E, go, go, go. Yes, correct choice. Now get out of there.
Yeah.
Definitely the correct choice.
Even though it's a Bat Blast cooldown, you still think that's worth it?
Yes, definitely, because he's not going to be using it for a while. They're not looking to team fight.
Yeah.
And I feel like they needed to do something with that Invis. He'd been running around for a minute. It would just be a time waste, but I definitely think it's worth picking up the Kill and Torture, even though it's a Bat Blast cooldown. So yeah, good choice. Yeah, Minos is choosing to go the straight BKB PK. And I don't necessarily disagree. It's just Parasite that will count. Oh yeah, he already went to PK, so yeah, that's a good counter from Insania immediately. Oh. So
look at what actually, bottom lane, yeah, the whole Honor Wretched Hag, he is going to be taken out. Silhouette coming in. Nice Impale stop from Pestilence, hits them both. Tempest in trouble, as well as Bubbles now as a result of that. Kelpie is going to be used. Will it be enough for the getaway? He has to take cover, could use it right there. He survives a little bit longer, but no, Fabelli will get the double tap. So great response coming out of IG. And you know, the one item, kind of just talk about a classic build here on Silhouette. He's actually going a null stone here. As far as his first item.
So he wants to get rid of the Torrent from Kraken and the stun from Tempest, or what?
I guess so.
Those are the only two single target abilities on Legion, and they're not even. They're like minor. Well, I don't understand.
I think it's been stuck in the past. I mean, this isn't a hero that we've seen often lately, and again, since that Searing Light build has kind of built up, if you're getting those over farming, you might as well go Searing Light. So it is just kind of. Yeah, it is kind of odd seeing that pickup. But nice pickup by Parasite, by the way. But I think we're both in agreement there that this is more the classic, the old school before Searing Light existed build.
Definitely, very, very weak choices of items. But
he's gonna get the bottom tower. Well played right there, actually.
Oh, they can turn on this if there's only two. We need one more port.
Yeah, is he gonna port in? Actually, Silhouette being chased. He might port. Yeah, he ports the illusion. He has the port down here. Not really, though. He is going to get away, though, it looks like.
Yeah, we have 10 seconds left on the Hag Bat Blast. They can actually kill this.
Silhouette, is she going to...
Nope. No. Silhouette ported out, and they're killing at Ancients.
That's nice pick up there on the Chessie, actually. Yep, they spotted him with the ward aside. They were using the block, actually, with the Rev ward, and... AC's doing the ancient, so good movement here from Internet Gangsters. They're doing a great job. 5,300 gold lead, 4,500 experience lead now.
Definitely, but that was a very good job. Like, they delayed SG so much bottom. Like, they just kept running around, porting between the Lucians, and just bottom time. So no one could save Chessie.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the Nullstone, though, it is one of those cases. The less means it kind of makes it a little bit better. Like, as you said, it's just the Glacial Blast of the Torrent. But then there's even the items that eventually will come. The Hellfire, the Sheepstick, perhaps, the Tablets, whatever. And it will, prevent that from being easily done on him without those...
yeah, but that's 30 minutes from now, or 20 minutes from now. That's too much of it in the long run.
I still think it's... Yeah, again, I'm still the logic that I don't think it's the better choice, but... making sense of it at least for his sake. But.
Yeah, it looks like SG is still just playing the farming game. They want to get their Warbies farmed up, and they probably want to PK on bubbles before they start making more picks happen. Shrunken's going to be finished on Warbies soon, so that's going to do a lot. And IG, well, they're just going to keep on looking for solo pickoffs while Fiboli farms up the other lanes.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. I feel like Hellborn has late game here by a lot. So I feel like all of this really favors IG.
They do. I mean, it's hard to argue that because Silhouette she is a great hard carry herself, but you add on the Pestilence on top of that, and then there's even a Hag who's actually has her Grimoire just about finished on top of all that. So yeah, the late game, I agree. I definitely like the Hellborn's chances there, but at the same time, I mean, Stay Green does scale fairly well themselves. They do got a Warbase that's actually farming up pretty well. Tempest always a big factor in any late game stage. So they definitely have their presence as well. But with the way the game's going, it does feel like it is better for IG.
Oh.
Bottom lane, yeah, they're trying.
He disjointed ultimates with PK.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well played. Well played by Swindle, able to react right there. There's the Grimoire purchase, but yeah, Insania's done a pretty good job of also being active himself.
Yeah, I really want to see what Insania goes here. I would suggest the Puzzle Box. Definitely the Puzzle Box. First of all, it's just a great item against AoE lineups, and it's also really good against a hero like Warbeast and like Bubbles. People that really depends on the mana, because if Warbeast doesn't have any mana, he can't ultimate.
Yeah.
And if Bubbles can't take cover or PK away, he's gonna die. I mean, it's the same for a lot of heroes, but I also feel like in an actual team fight, all the AoE magic damage I talked about, his puzzle box will die. Someone on the Legion team will blow up his puzzle box, and it's going to deal an enormous amount of true damage to one hero on the Legion team. So I would definitely suggest the puzzle box route on the Parasite. And while Pestilence is doing the right choice by going to straight BKB, and Hack's going to pick up a BKB as the next item.
Yeah.
Those are the item progressions I see shortly, but I am not sure that Fiboli is going to get PK next. That's what I would like to see, because SG is going to start pushing towers now, as you can see. And they need... I feel like he needs that PK.
Yeah. Well, he's just about there if that's the case. And again, this really is classic noob G-style right here.
Yeah.
The Nullstone into the portal key. Guess a shield breaker, then a follow-up on top of that, so... definitely is kind of that classic style. So deep at the tower, though, middle lane, it is going to end up falling right here. The vulnerability was already used. So yeah, double tower push coming out from Stay Green, and definitely closing that gold gap at least. A little bit right there, now down to about 4,400. There's the portal key purchase by Silhouette. So yeah, the good choice there, sounds like. That's what you're liking to see. And Silhouette might be in a little trouble. Okay, she does see them now. She was almost running into a trap right there. But the ward of sight right here at the top rune definitely gave her the information. That might have been a little scary. Bottom push continuing by Wretched Hag. Again, she has the Grimoire. Obviously, the Shrunken Head next. It is working out. What the hell's... Engineer has 2 mana batteries, by the way.
What?
Last time I checked, that does not work.
No, it doesn't, so...
Misclick?
Probably.
Lol.
Why isn't he selling it then?
Yeah, there's literally no point.
The mana battery in itself doesn't do anything. It doesn't give any stats.
It's for comedic factor at this point. He probably realized, like, I might as well keep it so they notice. And we definitely noticed. That's pretty funny, though. A little bit.
SC's just getting free tower after free tower, so they're utilizing their very fast pushing ability. What did Chessie pick up? A bulwark? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's a great follow-up to his Shrunken Abyssal Skull.
Also a very good item, of course, against, like, I definitely feel like he should finish his demonic ASAP, both against the pest.
There we go. They're going to jump right here. Chessie, the target of choice, of course. Supporting cast is nearby, though. Shrunken Head's going off. Gorproc going to be used right there, or going off even. In the background, Bubbles actually cutting off the support. Tsunami charge on a Silhouette. The release on Crockett. Beautiful placement right there. Energy Field doing some work, but Silhouette's on the run this whole time. Parasite did absolutely nothing that fight as well. The Bat Blast completely whiffed from Zibe, and Stay Green's going to come out on top big time as Pestilence is in trouble. Silhouette coming back in, though. She wants to get some kills here. She will get one right there. Wretched Hag assisting. Parasite is not buying back, though. He does have buyback, but Silhouette's going to fall right there. The illusion, of course, hanging around, but Wretched actually blinks away, and that will be the end of that. So a mix of a sloppy fight there from IG, but also just good, well played by Stay Green, especially the pick or the catch in the background by Bubbles there to start things off. So good execution on their part. That was sloppy, though, from IG. There's no doubt in that. From the positioning, obviously, well, and again, good release to Kraken and caught Silhouette, especially. Parasite did nothing that fight because of the initiation and that Hag, the complete whip on the Bat Blast there at the end. Not the best setup for them.
That was, yeah, which is an amazing Kraken ulti, completely locking down 2 heroes, and yeah, just very well played, and now Swindle's going to die.
Yep. Well, that's unfortunate for him. Runs into the Wretched Hag out of nowhere. So at least they get a pick off to finish that. But obviously the stats definitely getting a lot more even now between the two teams. In fact, the gold is basically identical. And you now have about a 2,600 lead for experience for the Legion team. But now Warbeast is at that very scary point. In fact, wow, he's actually close to full demonic here.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great item for them.
Holy
definitely. How close is the Hag to her Shrunken? Oh, she only has the Mighty Blade. Okay, so she's quite far away from it. It's going to be a lot easier to just stay in the fight as the Hag and possibly getting, hopefully, a better Bat Blast next fight, because you said she completely missed it, right?
Yeah, she
as far as she was sitting in the outskirts of the team fights, too scared to go in because of all the lockdown on Legion, and that's probably why she missed it. So yeah, that's going to be a really good pickup for her. Parasite still not buying anything.
Yeah.
I'm still guessing it's going to be the puzzle.
gold.
You know this, Aiden. I've talked to this about you. Come on now.
Sania knows this. Probably going to be that. So the Restoration Stone being worked on by Tempest. Again, his farm has just been insane this game. And he's already got the full sustainer, so Resto Stone well on its way for him. Yeah, Stay Green, they made a statement in that fight, definitely. It's, you talk about the late game, but again, this is definitely this matchup. I feel that the late game is all about how they get there in the first place. It's not like the one team, if it gets like in, they obviously just have the better late game. I don't really feel that way, at least. I don't know about you, but I mean, if they at this pace, I mean, even though it's even, I think the team fight is strong. Warbeast is a very scary carry.
They do have amazing team fight on Legion, and with the lockdown from both the Tempest holes, I'm guessing, since it's going to be 2, and the Kraken Ultimate, Warbeast is an amazing damage dealer. So they do have very good late game. I just feel like Hellborn has a little better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, SG is definitely back in the game now. They were quite behind. And
Silhouette, this is going to be a big pick right here. She can't get anything off right there. No tree grapple, no illusion. She just simply got locked down. The portal key is coming into play, obviously, and Fitbelly getting picked off. So this game, it's what was such a beautiful start for Internet Gangsters. It really is just falling apart at the seams here. And Stay Green is capitalizing big time. They're going to push this top tower, and this will be one of 2 outer towers remaining. The bottom one's already very low anyway, so can definitely go to clean up that. But yeah, it really just feels like the IG is kind of, the momentum that they had earlier is just completely lost all of a sudden. I mean,
yeah,
they really are kind of falling apart here. So Stay Green, they're going to push. I wonder if they're going to keep this up here. I guess you might as well. Silhouette is staying dead. She does have a buyback, but
yeah, they either want to force the buyback or just straight up go for the racks.
Yeah.
And they have amazing push, so they can't do it.
There we go. Buyback happening. Impale stun from Pestilence. A jump. Release the Kraken coming out. Silhouette not here just as she ports in. Right on top of the release of Kraken. She's going to illusion up. She eventually gets out of it. I don't believe she got stopped. Bat Blast. That was a much better Bat Blast right there. Kraken and Torch are going to fall. Bubbles now on the run. He has to take cover. The Shell Seraph. Nice job using it. He is going to be fine for now. Nope. The Thunder Screen to finish him off. Hat trick for Xibe to finish off the fight right there. So it did require a buyback from Silhouette, but definitely very well worth it. And they get the bottom tower kill on top of all that. So all of a sudden, IG gains a little bit of the momentum back in their favor. Beautiful Impale stun to start that from Pestilence right there. So I think Xibe also making up a little bit after what happened there. in that last fight. So well played.
Yeah, definitely a huge bad blast hitting 3 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just too much, a little greedy from SG going up all the way there. I thought it was the wrong choice. They should have known Fibili had a buyback, considering how like he recently picked the Nolston up quite a while ago and the PKB. Sorry, PK. So they should have known he had a buyback. But yeah, well played by IG there. They won that fight, and the tower didn't lose too much HP. It's still going strong there. So yeah.
We'll see what.
Well done. Now I'm just waiting for what Parasite is going to pick up.
Oh, and speaking of Parasite, he actually jumps Tempest right here. He's going to be counter stunned, but Regidak still wants to go. Pestilence is waiting for the opportunity. He has that portal key ready. He's just, oh no, it's on through cooldown actually, so that's why Tempest ultimate went out, and then he is going to go, and he will pick off Torture. He actually kills the Pound Eye as well. He has the flight active. Oh, he's going to take a stun, so this might come at a cost, though. Shortcut ahead, no, he's going to be fine in the end. So at least he gets something there, but Hag obviously being locked down. But now they do not have the Elemental Void for another 160 seconds.
He is getting so scarily close to that Resto Stone, though. He's farming so well throughout the entire game. It's going to be finished very, very shortly.
You can see Parasite right here with the Wild Hunter. He's trying to see if he can find anybody. Not going to happen. Oh, he finds Bubbles, actually. Nice reaction right there, but nice Impale Stun to counter. And Swindle Mountains will fall, so good catch from Internet Gangsters there once again. There's a lot of movement starting to happen now. Once again by both of these teams even. And IG slightly ahead there. Next in line, Silhouette. I mean, who knows at this point? Again, if he's sticking to that classic build, you think the Shieldbreaker may be next in line here. Or even that Geometer's Bane, but...
I guess. Like, I can't really say much. I, first of all, didn't expect the Ghost Marchers, and then the Nullstone we talked about. I have not been able to... He's playing a very weird build. Something that I wouldn't suggest. So, but I'm guessing it's going to be the Geometers or the Shieldbreaker.
Yeah.
He could also go straight for a BKB here, but that's a very, very defensive build, having both the BKB and Nullstone. Ooh, SG here. This might be very scary.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Conqueror solo. Shurkenegg going in. The energy field coming up, but he doesn't care. He destroys it right away. He goes straight for Conqueror. Warby's trying to pick it off in the background. Bubbles coming in with the cut field. Silhouette jumps back in. Silhouette gets the token alive right in front of Warby's. Beautiful play right there. Release the Kraken though to lock down Regidak. She will fall. Silhouette trying to get away. He trigger gobbles up the ledge. Oh, but he's stuck. He really cannot go anywhere. And Silhouette's in a lot of trouble. He's going to go for the P. They can't see him. Oh, they finally get him though. That is unfortunate. 2 seconds. 1 second. Can he port a key waiting time? No, he cannot. Saga the Sea comes out. And Fabelli is going to fall. So he panicked. He tried to make the getaway with the tree grapple, but he just got stuck in a funky spot right there on the ledge. And down he falls. So Fabelli does have buyback. But obviously, stay green. They're going to feel pretty good about pushing right here. Regidag, she also does have a buyback. So we'll see if at least they bait those out right here.
They're definitely going to go for the push and at least force the buybacks, as you said. And Basher was finishing Warbeast. He's coming in right now. Insania still hasn't picked up an item. I can't really understand why.
3,600 gold. Wow, yeah.
Initiation.
There's the jump Warbeast, but nice tablet away, and you'll be fine. So they got the buybacks. That's what they were going for.
2 buybacks used. That's just, and yeah, that's just an insane lead for SG right now. No buybacks left on Silhouette, so 1 more pickoff, and yeah, that's a free racks.
You know what I was also mentioning going into that fight, though. I mean, you look at Hack, she actually bought a Blessed Orb as well, on top of the Mighty Blade that she has. So I wonder if that, I mean, she had enough actually for the Shrunken, I believe, at that point.
Maybe he realized that he didn't need the Shrunken and figured that it would be better with lockdown on the Warbeast.
Yeah.
And that's why he's going for a Sheepstick instead. That's the only reason I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily disagree with that.
So it has the Mighty Blade just for the extra life right now, but yeah, maybe changing things up.
I think IG wants to delay it for items yet again, just like Game 1. And I feel like Hag realized that I'm going to be farming for a while longer, so I should probably pick up the Sheepstick instead. But considering SG is doing the push, it was the wrong choice, because they're going to keep up the pressure, and he's not going to finish the Shrunken nor the Sheepstick.
By the way, I don't think either one of us caught this yet, but Nullstone on Tempest. So he didn't even go the Resto Stone. He actually just says, I want an ultimate that cannot be stopped no matter what. So that's his decision, rather than 2 ultimates.
That's then his whole can't be cancelled anymore, so that's definitely the right choice. I think we just ruled it out because he wants to stay in first.
Well, yeah, you always expect, Resto Stone.
That's probably what he wanted IG to think as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, well, that's a great pickup. That's a definite hold now.
Yeah, there we go. Jump on a Warbeast. Warbeast does have a double damage, doing a lot of burst damage off the bat, but here comes the Shrunken energy field is up. It's not being destroyed, but let's go. The damage on him into the background, and down goes Tyros just like that. In the meantime, in the background, though, Parasite, he's trying to get a pick, but it's not going to happen right there. Wretched Hag, she is up on a hat trick for Chessie, and they are going full force right here, and Vulnerability going to be coming out. No more buybacks on Fabelli, of course, so he's down for 70 seconds. IG, a last stand right here. They are trying to hold him off, but Parasite buys back, and he jumps into death, and he went to pick Warbeast off. It doesn't happen, though, so that Melee Rax is going to fall, and you got to think IG's on the verge of a loss right here, and the Stay Green, on the other hand, on the verge of true victory. So they're going to keep it going, of course, but I don't see IG really doing a whole lot right here to hold this. This is going to be easily 2 sets of racks. Maybe even a third at this rate. I mean, again, Silhouette's not out for another 40-plus seconds. In fact, Wretched Hag is going to be jumped right there. Tsunami charge, the execution was nearly flawless right there, if not from Stay Green. Hag did not stand a chance. She does buy back, though. She's going to come back in. She doesn't have that Bat Blast, putting in the auto attacks, though. Parasite once again coming back in. He goes for the nukes. Not enough of the Kraken, though. Tab is in the background. They're going to lock down Hag. Parasite taking some stuns right there with the Glacial Blast. He will eventually be finished off, it looks like. Down he goes. And, yeah, the racks are going to be cleared up, so it's continuing, though. Pestilence comes in, and actually Tempest, he might end up falling here when it's all said and done, but the 2 sets of racks destroyed by Stay Green, and their lead is monumentous now after that whole fight. That all started.
It's very well played by SG, and especially the part where they picked up Hag again.
Yeah.
Very good execution. No stacking of stuns, charging into the tower, very well played. But yeah, I just feel like Silhouette is not doing anything right now. They have so much armor in the Legion team that the only player she's going to do damage on is the Pestilence ulti target. She's not just doing anything with the build she did, and what I talked about, she's going a BKB as well. It's way too much of a defensive build. She's not going to do any damage for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And bottom, Sibit takes him out, but yeah, he's still not close to either of the items.
Look at the buyback situation, too.
Yeah, just they're completely out of buybacks on the Hellborn side, and Chessie's going to pick up another item now. I'm going to be curious to what that is. I would honestly say, it's going to be something like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Geometers, honestly, and that's just to have 2 ways to purge off both the Hag and the Bat Blast and the Pestilence ulti, because everything, if he keeps up the armor he has now, he's not going to be killed.
Oh, yeah.
The only way they're going to kill the Warbeast is having the Pestilence ulti on him, so having another way to remove it, as well with the Shrunken, would be the preferable choice in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so we'll see. 5,700 gold. It seems like he might be thinking about something. There you go.
Savage Mace.
Yeah, he's like, I just want
That's obviously also a great item.
Nope, he changes.
Definitely good.
He changes. He actually goes Behemoth Heart.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he sold it and went Behemoth Heart, it looks like, so. Going more tanky. And also some damage assistance, of course.
That's the same way like Geos. Instead of having the Geos to perch off, they remove his tank ability with the Pestilence minus armor, of course. And the Heart is just the same thing, really, that as the Geos just gives you HP instead of the removal of the minus armor.
Yeah.
It's basically the same item. In Limp, what's he going for? Is that a Frostfield Plate?
Yeah, has to be.
Yep, Frostfield Plate.
So that's always a good. Hell, hero like Silhouette is great against him, so
yeah,
more armor.
Also a Storm Spirit on Bubbles, in case they jump the Warbeast. And we're closing in on an actual Restoration Stone this time on Tempest.
So this one is probably going to be Resto, yeah.
But yeah, just really think that poor choices of items here on Hellborn throughout this game. Now we're finally going to see. So he did go to change his. He changed his mind and went for the BKB, which is the team fight item originally. So yeah, that's good for them.
Okay.
I just don't think they have enough damage to kill the Warbeast now, especially not with the hearts.
I think if you're Silhouette right here, you might have to sell the Energizer and just buy a Shrunken, because the Energizer is doing you a lot less than a Shrunken head at this point. But he's, where is he right now? He is top, he is porting back, so we'll see. Yeah, he does that. He sells the Energizer, buys the Shrunken head. So all in here for Internet Gangsters. Obviously they have no buybacks on the important heroes. It's, Stay Green knows this, and they know that they have a great, great chance of winning the game right here, if not over already, but they're just going to keep the pressure up. Of course, naturally, the top and the middle lanes are doing their things. as the racks are down in those lanes, and now Warby's on the tower. He has that behemoth, even with that codex, he just like, yeah, that tickles a little bit, I guess. And Pale stun onto the start. No, the Storm Speed on the Pat Blast, completely negating it in the background. Kraken kills right on Engineer, gets him killed, so no energy going to be coming out. There, Tempest on on top of the release of Kraken, and Internet Gangsters just didn't stand a chance right there. GG, well played. Stay Green is moving back to the grand finals, where they've been every single cycle, and they're looking to win their 5th cycle here. It will be matched up against, once again, Lion Esports Club in the grand finals. So there you go. Stay Green wins the series 2-0 over IG.
SG showing why they've been continuously the best team in the world. Just amazing team. Like, that reaction on the Storm Spirit, just amazing.
Yeah.
Just really well played by SG. Not much else to say. Honestly, expected, like, with the beginning of the game that IG was going to have a better game, but I think poor decision making and poor item choices was the reason for them losing this game.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt there from IG. I mean, it's one thing to go here like Silhouette, but then, yeah, it's definitely criticizing the item choices from the beginning, and Fibel is obviously a fantastic player. Look forward to meeting the Greek Pride at DreamHack especially, but yeah, that game, it just seemed like the item choices could have maybe been a little bit better. And IG, again, they played it well. They definitely deserve to finish 3rd place overall here in cycle number 6, but that's where they will finish. That's where we'll end up here. So still a good finish. I mean, I would think in the long run they're fairly happy with that, but obviously Stay Green, just the better team here in the series once again. And, well, we have another Stay Green versus Lion Esports matchup again. These two teams have met up more than any other team matchup in HoN Tour. And the overall record is a 9-8 lead for Stay Green, 3-3 in series. I mean, this series is just crazy even with HoN Tour between these two teams. And